to the Blac Kloud Podcast. Got another week of good content for you guys with the normal crew. I'm gonna call it the Cloud Crew. We got Blazing Bebop, Crazy Legs, and KG, and I am your host, J Bless 101.
Salutations and good tides.
Okay, all right.
Let's get it started.
Yeah. Like I say every week, we talk 3 topics here on the Blac Kloud Podcast: gaming, tech, and culture. Let's get this week started. Weekend. It's a Saturday. We're a day late. It is what it is. So, first question that was posed in the gaming section: would you play Elder Scrolls multiplayer? I'm sorry. Okay,
I've played Elder Scrolls.
There's 2 problems with that question. KG, I know you put that in. There's 2 problems with that.
I didn't put it in.
You didn't put it in?
I don't know who's talking about Elder Scrolls. But go ahead.
ESO already exists.
I mean, it's technically not Elder Scrolls, but
no, it's not Elder Scrolls. It is Elder Scrolls.
It is, but it's not made. It's not produced by the same people that. It's not made by the same people that made Skyrim. It's like made by one of ZeniMax's other subsidiaries, not Bethesda.
Okay, so Justin, was this you?
No. I just know this stuff, man.
It might have been me. I don't know. But Justin, we was having a conversation this week about Elder Scrolls. What was because Elder Scrolls 6 is supposedly gonna have online capabilities, and I was telling you.
We were talking about that.
We was talking about that earlier this week, and I said, I think I might have added this, but I said no, I don't want that. Like, I don't want Elder Scrolls 6 to have multiplayer. Can we just have a single player game? You know what I'm saying? Like, we have enough multiplayer games.
No,
because
we can't because it's not cross-platform. We're begging for multiplayer games.
The thing
right
about
now.
having that is that Elder Scrolls for me and for JR, and I don't mean to say this, and don't take this the wrong way.
Take it the wrong way. No, take it the wrong way. Please do.
We play on PC,
like Masters.
So the big part of Skyrim and Fallout and these Bethesda games essentially is that when they release these games, they release the dev kits with them. So what those do, it just allows people to make mods on top of mods for these games.
On top of mods.
That's the selling point for me, is the mods. I don't like. I know that Bethesda shit is gonna be buggier than fuck.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure they're still using the same engine. It's updated. Quote unquote, I'm using air quotes with that. It's been updated, but it's still the same engine that they use for Skyrim and the same engine they use for Fallout. What do they call it? The Creation Engine, or is that something else? No, I think it's Creation Engine. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think so.
Skyrim is multiplayer, right?
No. Elder Scrolls Online is.
Yeah, ESO is multiplayer. Skyrim itself is not.
But it's not. It's really not the same game. Like it's more MMO. Like it's very MMO. Like it's not like the same way. Like Skyrim. Like when you use like a certain skill. So like say you're going around using like a one-handed weapon, right? As you use that, you gain experience with that in that area with like one-handed weapons. If you're going around and you're using magic, you'll get experience in magic. So each thing that you want to level up, you have to do yourself. Yep. Like you have to use it to get good at it. Whereas with ESO, it's kind of like, I'm going to pick this class, and then you unlock, it's more like milestone based. Like once you hit this level, you get this ability. Once you hit that level, you get this ability. So that's the main difference between Skyrim and Elder Scrolls Online. Is just the way
You're right,
that...
Justin. It was the Creation Engine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
he said yeah.
But I mean, like, if it was like one of those things where, we're gonna support online stuff, and you guys can have your mods, you guys can do whatever the fuck you want. I'm all for that. But the problem with that is that, mods different. Now we're looking at, I don't know, like when I had Skyrim installed, I easily had over like 150 mods installed on it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So now I like, all the mods that I have, all you guys have to have, and all the ones that you guys have, I have to have. You know, does that make sense? So now there's like a compatibility issue with the online stuff. So
Which
that's
is the main issue when it comes to doing multiplayer on a game that can be heavily modded, because the game tools are they're out. Anybody can like modify, and that's what they wanted, because some modders who modded the game actually work for Bethesda now. They made very good mods. It's not just like I don't know, texture updates or adding, Batman to the game. They actually made like narrative mods, like they added story to the game based off mods. Like that shit, respect 100,000%. You console gamers probably won't know anything about that, but those are the kind of like freedoms we have.
Skyrim with mods is an entirely different game.
It is.
Like,
it is.
Like,
completely.
Like I was saying, like in like the prior podcast, when I switched to PC gaming, it was because I couldn't play Skyrim on PS3, right?
Yeah.
And then like I started looking at it on PC, it ran better, and I got mods. And like when I started seeing the mods, I was like, yeah, we're doing this, because it's just like, and like it's like new models. I mean, they they add physics. And in the right places, if you mod Skyrim, you know what I'm talking about.
But what I'm saying
and they even made the game look better. Like I was looking at a comparison from just like Skyrim, like a fully modded Skyrim, and then Bethesda did like the Legendary Edition of Skyrim, and I'm taking that modded version over the fucking Legendary version.
Hell yeah. What I was pretty much saying is, I don't want it. Like, Scotty, you're right. We're begging for more multiplayer games, but okay, then make a multiplayer game. Skyrim to me is like, Elder Scrolls in general, it's a single player narrative. Like, I don't like, just leave it at that. We have ESO. What? Update that, make that better, make a new version of ESO, but don't fuck with like the single player aspect of the Elder Scrolls series.
You know what? I disagree with you, JR, because I feel like...
Well, fuck you, KG. No, I'm joking. Go ahead, KG. Go ahead.
Those games where you really like go on this adventure, like long story, like mode games, like where you're building with this team and creating a squad of like, oh, somebody's the tank, somebody is they're quick,
talking about
like
WoW?
rogue, whatever. But any other.
Let him go.
But I mean, you think about games like, we're getting back into Monster Hunter now. Like, I feel like games like that, we are about. Yeah, we can have that ability to like customize and create your own character mod, your own character, and what you want to bring to the table. But it's also fun, like working with a team. Like, I know this guy has got the charge blade. Well, what can I do to assist him with the charge blade in Monster Hunter? So I feel like in Elder Scrolls, that would be really fun if we're able to like have a side of the game where you could like work and like, how do I add the skills that I like playing with to make my other teammate better, so that we could get through this game, have a better time playing.
Okay.
The thing about that is that Monster Hunter is a game designed to be played by 4 people. In all honesty, right. Like, you're not like, if you go through fucking Monster Hunter playing by yourself, man, hats off, man, because there ain't no fucking way. Because I mean, just like the time limit, like even if you're like really good at the game, but you're going up against like high level monsters, you better like I just don't see doing that by yourself. Like there's no way. There's no way that you're doing Safi Jiva solo. Like,
no.
Like it's designed. It's a game that's designed for a group of people to come together and play. Whereas Skyrim is designed for a single player, because that's really how the experience is. Because like at least for me, like when I'm playing Skyrim, like I don't want to have to sit around and be like, man, is everybody gonna hop on tonight so we can do this stuff? We got this thing to kill and that thing to kill.
So
like, is everybody gonna hop on so we can do this? Like, it's not, because like the stuff it's not that difficult. Like it's made, so that you can kill stuff by yourself. Like, you don't need a squad of people. You're not timed. It's just like, go out there and get lost and have fun. Whereas Monster Hunter, like you have, and like there's no objective in Elder Scrolls. That's why I like if it's like a passive thing and all the mods and shit work, I'm all for that. That's fine. It's like, hey, look, I'm playing Elder Scrolls, and you guys hop on, you guys can like join my game, and like we can just run around and do shit. But now this is like an instance based game because it's like you came to my world and this is what I had. So like it's hard to transfer my world. Like you can't just like make what I'm doing over in my world and what you're doing in your world just cross over like that. Whereas Monster Hunter is like objective based, so it's like you have like a list of things to do. You're not just out there wandering around checking stuff off list.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it's like you go out and do this. All right, that's completed. You come back and it's checked off. Whereas Skyrim, it's like, oh, I go out here, I do this. All right, it's checked off. I'm still out here with like all this other shit that I have. So like I think it's just like it's too much to try to manage.
That's
to make
actually one of the aspects of
people
Skyrim that I like. You can accept like 30 missions and just stay out in the world. There's other games like that though. I was playing a game recently.
I mean that makes sense to me.
Oh, Breakpoint. Yeah,
like, it's just bro. We've been having trouble getting missions. Like half the time, like I can't even see what our objective is, and you have to
okay, I don't want to use that game as a base reference. It's
you did.
It's Ubisoft. It's Ubisoft. It's definitely just Ubisoft being Ubisoft. But speaking about old games that's making a resurgence or has a new, there's a new Anthem update, and it's supposed to EA's giving it another push to get people back on Anthem. And I actually, this is not even part of the list. I just wanted to ask if the issues we were having with that game is fixed. Would you guys give it another go?
If it goes cross-platform.
Flat out.
Okay, that's a good point.
I would consider if like I would still be able to look into what the fuck I'm getting, but I would be open to giving it another try if it went cross-platform. But if it doesn't, then no. I'm just glad we didn't end up buying that game.
Oh God!
And we were able to get it on the EA Game Pass.
That if it wasn't for EA Game Pass and I actually bought that game, yeah.
I'd feel like Carlo.
Yeah. He went out a list of just shitty investments. Scotty, why you let your brother do all that shit? Come on, man.
I don't know. I was actually hyped on Anthem too when it first
came out, but I was
when they like showed the gameplay trailers. Like,
yep. That trailer looked amazing. Like, but it's like the whole is it Dead Island 2? That never came out. They announced it even had gameplay.
They're still working on it.
They scrapped it. They completely scrapped it. There is no Dead Island 2 anymore. Like they came out with Dead Island Riptide, and then they came out with a mobile game, but Dead Island 2 has been scrapped. Last I heard, it's been scrapped because there's just no fucking way. Like there's no fucking way. What they promised, like nah. Those graphics back then, now possibly, but what's Deep Silver even working on now? They did
don't they do Dying Light?
Deep Silver, yes, they have Dying Light 2 coming out, but last game I know was Mayhem, I think. Because that's the studio behind
it's not officially canceled.
It's not officially canceled?
No.
Oh, well, last I heard they
haven't said we're not making this game.
Okay, but when was it announced?
They haven't said anything.
Like 2012, like 2012 maybe. They announced this years ago. Like I'm
looking at a Dead Island 2 trailer that says 2014.
Jesus Christ!
So I was 24, man. We was all 24 probably.
Yeah.
Except for Scotty.
Yeah.
Scotty was 25.
Scotty's old.
He's old.
Old news.
Oh. Okay, so Last of Us HBO series. I don't even know why.
Oh, yeah. So I mean, we've been talking about these like streaming services that are on their way of like trying to develop a show. I think last week when we talked about Zelda and Fox were got pulled from Netflix because of Nintendo. But in this story, it looks like Star Fox, yeah, they were gonna make Star Fox and Zelda on Netflix.
I must
Cool.
have been fucking lit last week. 'Cause
Yeah, I remember the Zelda. I don't remember us talking about Star Fox, but
I don't remember none of
well,
that.
thank God.
I must have not brought it up. But Star Fox was on the list, but they pulled it because the story leaked. But
Okay,
anyways,
yeah, okay. I think I do remember.
So HBO is working with Sony to create this new TV series. It's going to be The Last of Us, and the star of Joel is going to be Pedro Pascal. And
Yeah,
you
the
guys
guy from Mandalorian.
Yep, he's from Mandalorian. He's in a lot of stuff. He's from Narcos. He's from
Yeah,
Game of
he's a good
Thrones.
actor. He's a good actor.
He's a good actor.
I remember seeing that they were doing that.
Yeah,
He's the guy from that new Wonder Woman movie.
I'm just glad that
Wonder Woman.
they're doing the good part of Last of Us instead of the shitty part.
Well, that's what. And so I know Jay Black that you've actually played it. So like this is the guy that's going to be Joel. Like he's a good actor.
Yeah,
I don't know if you the show.
Yeah,
like,
he is. He's a. I've seen.
would
him.
you watch
he
it?
looked like Joel enough, I guess.
Yeah,
And then the chick that was playing Ellie,
I don't know who's playing Ellie. I don't think
forget
they've
who
said
I
it.
forget who it was.
Ellie
Oh,
But I was like, I could see that.
Yeah. So
it's the
you're
girl
interested
from
in
Game of Thrones.
Am I interested in it? I mean, I
It's
think
the
it
girl
sounds like a
from
good
Game of
idea.
The girl from
Yeah,
what?
it's
probably
like
not gonna watch it personally.
the
I
one
probably
who
would have
died by
watched
the
it more if
giant.
they made like a manga or an anime
What's her name?
adaptation of it. Because I really have no interest in
Oh, that's what you're
Bella
interested in.
Ramsey is her
it.
name.
But
Oh, you know what? I hear you, Jr. Yeah, everybody loved her. She was the one. She was
yeah,
like the really
she was
tough.
cute, right?
She was cute, but no, she was like really tough.
Yeah,
she
she
took
was
on a
like
giant.
she's the
was-
one who wanted Jon Snow to be king, and he turned that down. And
That's right.
He
That's
was the
right.
first one to say the king of the north or something like
Yeah,
that.
That's-
Everybody.
yeah.
Both of them. That's what they were both of them were in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he was
yeah,
the
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
he was
yeah,
the
he
guy
was in
that
Game of
that
Thrones,
killed
too.
the mountain. He was
Yep,
the guy that
exactly.
killed the mountain.
Yep.
Spoilers.
So
I know, right? Damn,
spoilers,
Scotty.
if you guys haven't seen it.
Yeah, well, if
I
you haven't
still- I
seen Game
still
of
haven't-
Thrones right now,
I still haven't finished Game of Thrones.
Fuck.
I watched what happened to the Night King. I'm good. I was like, all right, man, this shit ain't got nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. But that's a hell of a combination, right? Like that's
Yeah.
that's a good duo to.
They already have like they've worked together. Maybe not like directly, like in the same. Were they in the same? Have they been in the same scene?
They were never in
They're
the same.
not. They're never in the same scene.
But
No.
I'm sure.
But,
I'm
like,
sure
the-
they've talked like off screen and shit. So it's not like they're strangers.
HBO fans definitely love those two. So, I mean, Justin, you said you are interested in it or no?
I mean, like
it's not.
I'm not gonna watch it. Like I'm not gonna lie to you guys and watch it. But like I can if I did like run out of shit to watch and games to play, then I would give it a chance.
I'm checking it out. I'll check it out. Definitely.
No, I'm definitely
check it
checking it out.
I mean,
Yeah.
like if you guys want to do like like watch it and then talk about it on podcasts, like I can suffer through it, but like if
No,
if I'm
definitely
just
down to watch
sitting
it.
at home and I need something to watch, like that's not gonna it's not gonna be my go-to.
See, that's the funny thing. I would rather watch this show, than play the actual game.
Yeah.
Because I've
you
never
ever watch-
never beaten the first one, and I'm not playing the second one.
Okay.
I've beaten the
Yeah.
first one. It's actually a good game. The
I
first
own
one's
it.
actually
Yeah.
I ain't gonna play it.
I mean, the second one's technically a good game. It's just the story's not
The storyline.
good.
It's
I
not.
feel like
The
it's
fans
it's
didn't like the
too much
storyline
fucking
and
pandering, bro. It's too much fucking pandering, bro. That's what I feel like,
Yeah.
man. Like it's not like
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's genuine. I feel like it's more forced. I just can't. I don't know, man.
Okay.
Like out of all the shit that we've said, this is probably what's gonna get us canceled. Me saying that I don't like fucking the direction Last of Us went. Because fucking
People
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
that fucking game.
Let me try to save us. I think that you're right that the storyline took away from the game. They wanted to make her character interesting, and they thought that was a way to do it and take it, where it didn't really match what the fans cared about or were interested in. It was more of like we're seeing
Pushing
a
an
TV
agenda.
show. It was push. No, I wouldn't say pushing an agenda.
I would.
That might get us canceled. But I
Well,
think
it
it's
was
more.
pushing an agenda, bro. When
It was.
you like spoiler, when you have Abby beat fucking Joel to death with a fucking golf club, bro, fuck that, man. Fuck that. I've been through too much shit with Joel for me to just sit there and watch him be killed like a little bitch, bro. Because that's
I
not
agree.
who Joel is, bro. Like this nigga Joel is the kind of nigga that there's this dude that like walks out on the road, like him and Ellie are driving in a truck. There's this dude that walks out on the road hurt, and Joel's like, "Fuck that." He's trying to trick us, and he fucking floors that shit right into this motherfucker, bro. You gotta tell me this nigga's gonna be tricked by some motherfucker just running away from some zombies, and then just like
just
straight up
trusting
not knowing these motherfuckers from Adam, like, yeah, my name's Joel, blah blah blah, and like he's like, oh, bro, like the whole way that shit plays out is fucking stupid, bro. No, I don't even. I'm done. I'm gonna shut up.
I don't disagree with you, but we'll see. So, while we're talking about The Last of Us 2, it looks like finally there's going to be a new game on top of the charts. You guys familiar with the Ghost of
Tsushima?
Tsushima? Yeah,
Tsushima.
Yeah, are you excited about it? Have you played it?
No, I haven't. I was waiting to get my PS4 back, which I just got back, and now that the trip's coming up, I've been holding off on buying games. I did buy Neo too, but
Definitely.
But no, I did see that they're coming out with the multiplayer for it, and it looks like it's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. I'll definitely check it
You
out.
check it out? Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've seen some gameplay. It looks solid.
Well,
I actually
speaking of that game, go ahead.
I actually was gonna try to get into what is it, Ghostwire?
That's not out yet.
No, not Ghost. The I call it the Genji simulator because it looks just like
Ghostrunner.
Ghostrunner. Yeah, I was gonna try to get into Ghostrunner before.
I call it the Genji simulator, nigga. You don't play Genji. You don't know what the fuck Genji is.
I've seen enough of you playing Genji. But
yeah,
I'll definitely
back to Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know if you guys remember when Ghost of Tsushima was released. But like at their E3 press conference, like there's like it was really awkward. I'm not gonna lie, but like there's like this white dude that was out there playing like this like flute, like this big ass flute thing. You guys remember that?
What year was this?
It was a while back, but like there's like a lot of like hate. They're like, like everybody's like whitewashing and blah blah blah, all this shit, and then like it turns out like this motherfucker that was playing it, this white dude, is like one of like the few people in the world that are capable of playing this instrument like that. So it's like it's really not. Like everybody's so quick to get offended for somebody else these days. It makes me sick. It's honestly sickening. It's like, man, don't just fucking sit the fuck down. Like if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, just sit the fuck down and shut up, man. Enjoy the ride.
Well, that's part of cancel culture. We just try to cancel things. You got to be a social justice warrior for another group that you think is marginalized.
Exactly, bro. Like it's pandering to me, man. Like I don't care, man. Like don't get offended for me, man. If I'm offended, I'll fucking say something. And if I don't say something, then it obviously ain't that fucking deep.
Right.
It was like the fucking when they cut Speedy Gonzalez off, and then fucking Hispanic America like fucking called for it back, bro. It's like don't fucking like what are you guys doing, man? Like you guys don't even.
Hapu in The Simpsons.
Huh?
Hapu in The Simpsons.
Oh, he got canceled too.
Yeah.
A show that's been out for how long?
That was kind of offensive, but
like 20-something years, maybe.
I did watch this TikTok, and it was this this I don't know his ethnicity, so I'm not gonna say what. But he was Middle Eastern, and he was like he's talking about like how we pronounce Iraq and Iran, and like he was like it's not pronounced Iraq and Iran, it's pronounced like Iraq and Iran or something like that. And then it was like this fucking hilljack came on. It's like it's not thank you come again, it's thank you come again.
See, no, that's funny though. That's funny. That's genuine
because
humor.
like it is, bro. Because
Like
it's
people
like,
would literally yell and scream at you because it's like, oh, that's so like just shut the fuck up. It's funny. What did I say? What did I say?
Would that be funny?
What was that saying Dave Chappelle says? We don't say these things because they're mean. We say them because they're funny, and everything's funny until it happens to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
But even when it happens to me, I just laugh. Man.
Man, I just laugh it off, man. I just laugh it off. But let's keep it moving. Let's talk hacking.
Right.
It has been a very.
We didn't hear what Scotty wants to do with them.
Scotty wants to what?
What'd you say?
Well, so we started was the Last of Us movie, right?
Yep.
Or TV show.
Yeah.
No, we were talking about the new game that's taken over The Last of Us 2.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The
Ghost of
name?
Tsushima.
Oh, Ghost of Tsushima. Didn't we just?
Multiplayer.
Oh, they're gonna.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Scotty's not listening, bro. Scotty, put
He's
your
playing
fucking controller down, motherfucker.
No, I'm just sitting back, just enjoying the
I
show.
posted.
I
the
stopped
link.
playing Neo, you son of a bitch.
I posted a
wish it
link for
was.
you guys because let's talk hacking. It's been a very interesting week for hackers out there. People who like dabbling in nefarious arts when it comes to cyber crimes and cyber warfare, as some would say. First story that hit my attention was this town in Florida, Oldsmere, whatever Oldsmere. Their water treatment plant got hacked, but while it was getting hacked, there was somebody at the terminal watching somebody control their mouse, and what he was trying to do is raise the fluoride level to essentially turn the water into poison. But everything, it was prevented before it happened.
I saw that.
Wow.
Yeah. And everybody's like,
That sounds like
these
more
hackers out here are
cyberterrorists.
just, blah, 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 blah. They're crazy. But the question is, how was somebody able to access that system?
It's very simple because it's not updated, nigga. It's
Well, see, yeah, they are running Windows 7.
all these systems that are in place are so that it's easy to do that because there's not any, it's probably like all old IBMs.
Oh my God. No, so the issue was they're running Windows 7. They all log in using the same password because if you don't know, Windows, you have to pay for a license to get multiple OSs.
Right.
And maybe the government can't afford that. So they literally have one login for one OS on one system that's still running Windows 7. And I'm pretty sure...
Windows 7, which is no longer supported by any kind of security through Microsoft.
Yeah, that died like 2 years ago.
It is officially out of date.
Yeah.
Like they have Microsoft has even said they will send they send out messages saying
they did
that,
they did their due diligence.
This system is going to be out of date. It's no longer going to be supported by any security measures. It's done.
JR, you asked how can this happen or how's this happen? It's because that person or that's in charge of the security there or the IT that's supposed to be updating things like that are just regular people stuck in their ways that don't update and don't keep up with the times. And those people keep those jobs for 30, 40 years and stuff like this happens.
It's not, dude.
That's exactly what it is.
It's
okay.
No, because
Go ahead.
this is I guarantee this is how it is. Because at my job we're still on Windows 7, and it's somebody like me, young, knows what's going on. I tell them what's going on. They're like, "Oh, well, everything's working fine, so let's not change it." And that's what it is.
Exactly
but it's not the person that's in charge of doing the work. It's the people that are in charge of the budget. They don't understand what could go wrong. And with
I
with us,
disagree.
it's not that large of a scale. But when you're talking about government shit, like it is like you're responsible for these people. You have to.
No, I disagree with you.
Okay,
Like
let
the
me.
budget is set by people asking and requesting, like, hey, we need this, and this is why we need this. Nobody was knowledgeable enough to go in and be like, hey, we need this. Like, yeah, part of it is like, oh, this is working fine. It doesn't be updated, no problem with it. But I'm telling you, it's because somebody doesn't understand all the capabilities and what's possible in
Okay,
the system.
let me
But
shed some light. Let me shed
like
some
I'm
light
saying,
on
like it's
this
not the IT person that's behind that.
because
Because
It
IT,
is the
no, because people
it
that
is
are
the
in IT, they're not stuck in their ways, or else you wouldn't be interested in computers. To be honest, bro.
but
Like
who do
it's
you think they hired to be an IT?
hold
Who
on
did
a
you
second.
think?
Hold on a
Like,
second. Let me shed
who's
some
Bowman
light
Panther?
because I've been in the field.
people.
It's a
People
combination of both. Both you guys are right. It's a combination of people set in their ways and also people who've been in that position for a very long time. And also, a lot of these facilities, they don't have IT. They use third party contractors when there's an issue. It's more reactive. It's like, oh, we're having a problem. Let's call in an IT guy. It's not like, let's go to our IT department. They
but the
just use
government, you don't
contractors.
believe the government has an IT department?
The
No,
government
they
does,
don't.
but these
You'll be
water treatment
surprised.
facilities, they're ran by like local government. Like, and not every local government has the budget to like maintain like an actual, depending on what branch. Maybe like the courthouse
What?
probably has IT staff, but like
What,
I've
You
been to the
you're giving them too
water
much
treatment
credit,
plant
Big
in
Black.
bro?
the local
No,
town where you live.
if you're running a water facility off of computers, you're gonna have IT. I
No,
don't
you're not.
Not necessarily. Not
You are giving
necessarily.
them too
You
much
can
credit,
contract and
bro.
save money because you
Well,
don't have to pay for all the stuff that comes
what did
along
we
with
say
having
before
an
the
employee.
podcast started? Every time that you're fucking, you think that humanity can't get stupid, wait an hour. I don't even think it fucking took an hour.
No,
It's
that
Merch is coming
but
out soon.
it's just how that it's just how it works. Like people are like when it comes to the governmental stuff, it's all about saving a buck. It's always about saving a buck.
yeah,
If we can hire a contractor, we don't have to pay him insurance. If we hire him, then we have to pay this, that, this, and the other. Get him 401k, get him pension when he retires, and it's just it adds up.
But
So I can hire an IT guy for 3 hours to fix this issue and pay him fractions of what we would pay if we hired him full time. It's a cost analysis, and it benefits them.
but they're obviously paying somebody to sit on his ass and watch this fucking mouse.
Well,
that's
in
what I just
in
told
this
you.
county, because every county's
These
different.
people,
Every county's different. In this county, there was somebody sitting there watching somebody hack into their computers, and they was running an old version of Windows that did not have any
that's
security measures.
that's what
Bro,
I'm saying. Like, if you think about it, that guy who had been working there was watching somebody do. Like, he's probably been in that position for a while, and anywhere else that like actually at like, let's say, somebody at Amazon or somebody at like Tesla, somebody at like a legit like organization had an IT department, had security, IT, was aware of hackers, they would know immediately how to respond to this. The government and these bureaucracy like positions like this, they're not going to invest money into that and do that. Like, you think they would, but they're
bro,
not going to.
the solution to that problem is pretty fucking straightforward. I don't even need a degree to fucking figure that shit out. Fucking turn your fucking computer off.
Yeah,
I mean, but but what do you think? What do you think? Like
Emergency shutdown, bro.
their systems are probably not backed up. They're probably not able, like, unplugging their computer or shutting it down, not accessing the little bit of logins that they have. That probably fucks them up more
Okay.
than somebody hacking it does.
So
They
wait.
probably
What you're saying to me is that it makes more sense to sit around and look at your TV's your computer screen, confused to what the fuck's going on when you see it getting ready to poison thousands of people and turning it off.
No, what makes sense to me is hire black and brown people in IT that know what the fuck they're doing.
that
I mean,
is too logical for bureaucracy.
I don't think color needs to really be a role in it. I mean, like, I see what you're doing, but you know.
Well, this is called the Black Kloud Podcast. You black man.
No, that's why I know, man. I see what you're doing.
No, but Yeah,
in the same
bureaucracy
breath.
I can
is a
almost
factor
guarantee
in that
the
equation.
person that was watching and sitting there waiting was a white or male. So
Okay,
that's why I
Bro,
said,
I can
okay.
guarantee
I didn't
you.
hear you at first.
I mean,
I don't think race has anything to do with this.
yeah,
but
man.
yeah, I
Like
don't.
it's like
Really does.
if it's an old person, then it's an old person, bro. Like it doesn't
They have
matter.
to
Like,
hire young people then.
I
But I
will
don't
see.
care.
Yeah,
but like I really feel like
it's not a
I don't
color
know,
or
bro.
age. It's about experience.
The issue is that they're still running Windows 7.
That's
the main issue.
that. Yeah,
You're,
definitely.
yes, you're absolutely right.
With
But I
one
see
login.
how
With
hire
one
black and brown.
login.
Hire young black and brown people. That's all.
I mean, definitely do that, but don't do it just. I mean, do it if they're qualified. Don't do it because they're black or brown.
I've never said hire an unqualified.
I know, but like you should just hire young people in general.
Black and brown.
Okay, yeah, I mean, but like I wouldn't be like, all right, I'm looking to hire a young black or brown person.
I am.
Sorry, Tommy, you're white.
Best
Next.
person for the job. That actually
I
makes me
will
think of a situation. I don't even know if we brought this up on the podcast. but
Interviews should be more in depth, whatever.
KG, you should know about what's that HBCU? Is it Howard?
I mean, I
You
need more.
gotta, yeah, exactly, bro. You just say some Dave. I'm sure that is one.
That
Well,
is-
it was an
that is-
HBCU that hired.
What else do they do?
They hired a
It was
writer.
Howard. Yeah,
Or-
it was Howard.
It
They
was
hired,
Howard. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What
they
was the
hired
position
a,
they hired her for again?
Asian American to like be in charge of like their news article,
Telling black stories.
or something like that. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So Justin, in your scenario, is she the right person for the job? Her experience is phenomenal. Like she has an amazing resume. And they
Yeah,
hired.
I don't see what the issue is. If she's qualified to do her job, then why does it matter? But all she's doing is reporting on stuff. So it doesn't matter if it's a black person, a white person, or an Asian person.
She's
right?
reporting on the black experience and black stories.
Is she relating on her black experiences, or is she
No,
talking
just
to other
about,
people
like,
and getting their experience?
Just the colleges, because it's an HBCU, and people are offended because she's not black, she's Asian, but she's overqualified for the position.
But I don't understand what's her role in reporting this stuff. Like she's going there as a black person and she's reporting what it's like to be black at this place,
in charge of
or she's going out there and she's talking to people and getting information, putting all this
No,
information together and then putting it out.
KG,
She's basically in charge. Like
Okay.
she's basically the head producer, director of everything. So like a story
So
that
she-
she published or the story that she wants to like someone to investigate, she's in charge of saying like, yes, go investigate this. No, we're not putting a story about this. She's
Right.
basically the filter, like just
Yeah,
about it.
I've nothing. I feel like that's probably, and like I don't think it's a bad idea if that's what you're asking. Like it makes sense. I feel like if anything, it's probably better because she's unbiased on both sides of the black and white. So I feel like it'd be like having a Hispanic person do that job. It's like, well, Hispanics, and Asians, like I feel like they know what it's like to be discriminated against, but they don't know what it's like to be black. No, but like I do feel like there is like she has people that she goes to and is like, hey, I need this, and like it. I don't have a problem with it. No.
Me neither. I never
But,
seen
like-
the issue
like,
with it. I just thought
Do you
like,
think there
is-
might have
is-
been
is-
a person of
color that might have been that could
Well, she's a
done
person
her
of
job?
color.
Yes, I do think that.
She's a,
Well, like,
she's
all
a
right, but
person of color. Hold
do I
on,
think
let
that
me
there's a
finish.
black person?
hold up,
that-
Justin, let him go. Go ahead, KG.
Well, I mean, yeah. So she's a person of color as well. But do you think there might have been somebody that's a little bit more qualified that is able to capture and tell the black story and the black heritage story?
But that's not
and
her job, right?
Howard, more so than her. That is her job.
But she's director, right? Like, so she takes all these stories that come up, and she's like, all right, this one goes, this one doesn't, this one goes, this one doesn't. And
Mhm.
I don't think that this is something that it's like her decision and that's it. That's final. No, I believe that she does have other people there that are giving their input to her and helping
like to
her
give
with
you
her
an
decisions and stuff.
I would like to give you an example.
Okay.
there's currently an issue, like there's been a bunch of lawsuits, it's at Harvard especially, that Asian American students are being discriminated, and they're being discriminated against, and they think that the kind of affirmative action, like the application process, discriminates against um, selected to go to schools and receiving scholarships, things like that. If a black reporter at Howard wanted to report on that, and maybe their position is against Asian, she could simply, her position can be like, "We're not right about that."
I mean,
You see,
true.
where there's an issue of bias, and there's an issue that maybe it's not just black and white. There's an issue where Asian comes in too, and where she might be a little bit biased in her position, where
But
that story doesn't get printed.
I
Problem
don't, but
solved. Hire a white
but like her
person.
job,
Hands
but
down.
her job isn't to worry about what's going on with the Asian people, right? Like her job is to worry about what's going on in Black America and post topics that are
Well, her actual
relative to
position
that.
is her responsibility will include producing Howard Magazine and lending the university's storytelling effort and strategy through
Did,
other key channels. I have no
did
clue
she
what
go
that
to
means.
Harvard?
She went to Howard.
Yeah, Howard. It's a historically black
But
college.
and Howard being racist against Asians, or Harvard being racist against
Well,
Asians?
the story is that these higher institutions are starting to be discriminatory against Asian students. So the case is out of Harvard, but it's an issue that they're saying that's happening across the country.
So maybe they think. I mean, like I feel like there's a lot more thought process that goes into this than that I would know. But like, I mean that she's saying that she doesn't want to cover Asians, and she's Asian. So like, I don't, I don't know.
Okay,
I'm
we
just
got
I'm just saying
way off the hacking Florida topic, but I like that.
You brought us here.
I
Yeah.
did. I did. I really did. I didn't know where this was going. But speaking
Like,
about hacking, let's bring it on back to hacking. CD Projekt Red was hacked, and
oh
this
yeah,
time it was
no
actually
for
by
ransom.
hackers, and it was ransomware hackers, and
Yeah.
they wrote a. I don't know if you guys read the threat.
Nah.
No, with
Oh.
I heard what it was, but it was like oh, earlier this week. So yeah.
I can't even find it. But pretty much they asked for I think $1 million. They have the source code to Witcher, code to some unreleased Witcher 3 game, Gwent, Cyberpunk, supposedly employee information, and they wanted $1 million, or they would start pretty much releasing stuff and selling stuff to the highest bidder. And CD Projekt, they said no, they're not
Yeah, called the
doing it.
bluff.
But they fucked up because they actually did release the source code to Gwent.
Well, but what does that? I mean, like to Gwent, that makes sense, but because that's probably like some microtransaction ridden game. But like as far as like the source code to Cyberpunk or Witcher 3, like what are they gonna do with it?
That's my question. What exactly could one do with that? Like rewrite the
Like
game?
with the source code, I guess that they
Hack
might
it?
be able to like make hacks for Gwent, but I mean, if they make hacks for Cyberpunk and mods, let me know because
Good. Yes. I'd like to.
I just don't understand like what the threat is. I mean, the fact that employee information was
And
sacrificed
user
for
information.
this, it I mean, like it just like it's like what are you doing with this information that is so detrimental, like that they deserve that much money? That's my main question.
cutting into the profits. That's all. Like
And their Red engine, which that's a big one. That's
What?
their Red engine, the engine they use to like create their games. A lot of these
cares?
companies keep that shit like under lock and key.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's really like I just don't see it. Like dude, like game engines, bro. Like yeah, cool, man. Like Unreal's gonna be easier for you to fucking learn. So why you don't fuck with CD Projekt Red's proprietary engine. Like it just doesn't make sense. It's like you're you're gonna like Unreal's stomping everything to the ground. I don't know if you saw like the new character shit that they released for it, but who gives a fuck about what they used to make Cyberpunk? They should have used fucking Unreal. Everybody should use fucking Unreal. Because as Todd Howard once elegantly put it, it just works.
It's fair.
Somebody bought it for $7 million.
To do like I just don't understand, like who pays that much money for something that's illegally gotten. It's not like you can like make a game like you can't make like
That's
a game with this engine and like put it out there like, hey, look, we just made this game. It's like, well, we can see the source code is ours, so you obviously bought this illegally. Now we're gonna sue you, unless you tell us.
That's not just
you
suing. There's like that's criminal. Like you can get brought up on criminal offenses for that. It's not just losing money; it's also losing your freedom. I don't know who would do that. I honestly don't know who would pay.
Like it just sounds like stupid, man. So probably one of these motherfuckers, goddamn GameStop, stonks.
They got a whole lot of money they got to spend.
They came up quick.
Why not buy?
They came up quick and didn't know what the fuck to do with it. That's why you don't give stupid people money, man.
No, give all the money.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, Justin, I don't know. I really don't fucking know.
I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I support. I'm sure that they're doing what they can for their employees. It's probably, like, I just don't understand like what the big deal about this information shit is, man. It's like, okay, so you know where I live, you know my phone number, like all that shit. Like back in the day, was available through a goddamn phone book. Like it just doesn't make sense to me, bro.
You actually raised a really good point. Phone books have all that information. They really do. But I can't tell you the last time I've seen a phone book.
No, I mean not as much anymore. But like back in the day when like that was how you contacted people. Like I remember like fucking looking through the book to for people's numbers all the time. Like back when I was in like middle school and.
To phone call people?
No, not even that. It was just like, oh man, like you want a buddy, and like you don't know his house number, but like his last name and his his parents' name, and you just like look it up. It's easy.
Yeah.
But now it's just, I mean, like you can do it with the internet. Like nobody fucking uses Yellow Pages, bro.
They still exist.
I mean, like nowadays it's really as concurrent because most people don't even have a house phone. But back in the day, when everybody was using a house phone because that was the main form of communication, it's all there directory for you to easily access. So what are they taking now? They know where I live, okay. They know my cell phone number, okay, and they know what I like to watch and buy.
They know what to sell to you.
That's bro. Bro, we went over this before.
Okay,
I'm fine.
I'm
fine with that, bro. I'm so fine with that, bro.
Christ.
I'm tired of
what's the issue?
I hate seeing like shit that means nothing to me. You remember back in the day when we were kids? I'm gonna sing this one line. Animal crackers in my soup. How many times did you see that fucking Shirley Temple? How many times did you see that shit? And you had no interest in that shit. But you seen it every time that you had the TV on. Would you not rather have seen something that was more, your lane? Hey, look at this! Look at this new technology. Hey, look at
new Pokemon cards, new Yu-Gi-Oh cards, new action figures. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I swear to God, we've talked about this. I just don't see what the issue is. They're selling you shit.
Yeah.
God forbid they sell you what you want. Like, holy crap, let's call the FBI. They got my information, now they're selling me stuff that I don't have to buy. Like,
but that's, I mean, just because you're interested in it doesn't mean that it's on the front of your mind to buy at that moment.
No, it's not, but it reminds you that you did want this. Like all I'm saying is like I would rather see commercials that are tuned to the things that I like and that I would actually buy than me to see something that's not. Like it just like Like one of them, it's like, oh yeah, I do like this. Maybe I should look into this with the potential to buy it because now I'm an adult and I can buy what I see on TV. Whereas when I'm a kid, I have to fucking ask for it. But
Yeah.
but for me to just see like fucking shit about insurance, it's just like
I don't give a shit about
like I don't want like honestly, I get offended when I see credit card information or credit card commercials because I can't fucking get one. So it's more like a slap in the face. It's like I tried this, man. Fuck you guys.
Why can't you get one, man?
Nigga, I ain't got credit, bro. What are you talking about? I can't get a credit card.
I'm sorry. I can't get one. Fuck you. No, like, okay, so just for like scenario, that actually happened. I got Instagram. It's the only form of social media I still have, and that's owned by Facebook. And I follow DJI, like DJI the drone.
Hit us up on blackcloudtwitter.com.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Twitter.
I follow DJI because I like drones. I used to have drones, and I was actually looking up what the new Maverick 2 was going to look like, and I didn't know that Instagram can suggest pages to follow. That's new to me because I'm old, apparently. But one of the pages they recommended was a page of people just posting about custom built drones, and I was like, holy shit, this is fucking cool. I would have never have known this if I didn't volunteer my information from what I do on their app and, whatever they source from my phone.
From what I've seen about those custom drones, it seems like they're all racing drones. It's not like
no. This is the drone I seen. It's like a mini snowmobile, but then it flies, and then a bunch of military stuff, like a bunch of like military.
Okay, so when you say a mini snowmobile, snowmobiles are pretty like in the grand scheme of things, they're pretty small.
No, this is not. It's unmanned. It's just very,
and then
you can hold it in your hand. That's like it had treads on it, but it also had like 4 propellers.
So what's the point of that?
I don't know. Just what's the point of any drones? It's just for fun, like just to fly around and like.
No, I mean like the point of a drone, like it makes sense. Like you can record stuff, you can fly around, you can do this, you can do that. Like you're not bound by.
Oh well, this one can record and also like move like an RC car, but then it can lift off. So I guess it's versatile in a sense.
But what's the point?
But that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is it didn't bother me that I seen that. I'm actually glad I was able to see it. They showed me something that I'm interested in. I don't see what people are bitching about. Like I don't see that. Like I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Well, I think the main thing is
that you guys are missing the fact that you can be influenced to buy something or go on.
I'm sorry to inform you, KG. I'm not that stupid.
I'm not going to be influenced to buying something. Like just because I see something that I'm interested in.
Who here has bought something on Wish? What's that account?
I've bought something
I've bought
on
stuff
Wish.
on Wish. What's wrong with Wish? It takes 3 years to get here, and it smells like China. What's wrong with that?
Have you guys been pleased? Have you been pleased about what you bought?
Yeah,
actually,
I bought some metal keycaps off of Wish, and they work just fine.
I bought a bunch of figurines. And,
yeah, they're on my keyboard. I have.
Scotty, you've been quiet. You bought anything off Wish?
Yeah, I did, and it was fucking 3 sizes fucking.
Oh, you bought clothes off.
Oh, you
Wish.
bought clothes off Wish. Okay, that's.
No, like I don't like. I don't know. Like it's all about tempering your expectation.
Exactly.
Like
don't go in it like, oh, I can't wait to get this. It's like, you know what? If it comes,
I'm not gonna buy a smartwatch off Wish and be like, oh, this is gonna be the fucking best. Like, no, it's not.
Or a graphics card, let alone
it cost me $30.
But there are people that are buying the shit that they see on Wish or the ads. I mean,
okay, KG. No, let me ask you this: where would people be if they can't profit off idiots? Where would we be as a society if you can't make money off idiots?
Probably a lot better off.
A great socialist economy.
No, we'd be a lot better off if we couldn't profit off idiots, because that would mean that we don't have idiots.
Yeah, no, never look at it that way. Yeah, you're right. You are right. That's a good point. But I'm saying though, like, if you're stupid enough to like be influenced by what you see on social media, be influenced with like bullshit, then that's your own stupidity. Like, you're just yelling into the ether at that point. Am I wrong?
I mean, you're not wrong, but
You're
like
trying to protect
we
stupid people,
all are
KG,
influenced.
and
Like
it's an admirable endeavor, but don't.
Would you defend them legally? Would you defend an idiot legally? You're a
Wait,
lawyer.
no, wait,
yeah,
no, wait,
yeah.
Legally, would you defend Gorilla Glue Girl?
Okay,
Would
yeah.
you
If
defend her?
if Gorilla
Would you
Glue Girl
defend her?
sued, would you defend her as a
That's
lawyer?
not.
She's suing.
There's two different.
She's
There's
suing.
two
She's
different
trying to
issues going
take
on there.
Gorilla Glue. What?
There's two different issues going on with the Gorilla Glue Girl and what we're
What?
talking about.
Okay, well we're
Personal
off tech. We're straight
responsibility
into
and
culture.
stupidity,
So let me hear
definitely
it. Let me
issues
hear
I
it. What's
see
going
going
on? What's going on?
Well, her whole thing, and she says that she was confused by the glue snot company, which it's a lie. She really thought that Gorilla Glue
Bro, she
be a
dead
better
ass
tool.
said I knew I wasn't supposed to put it in my hair.
Exactly.
She fucking said that.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you
So
still
she,
defend her after she said that? Would you still defend her?
no, but that's the
But
reason
that's like, bro,
that's different.
like if
No,
no,
that's
because you
different.
hear all the time, bro. You hear all the time that Wish shit is shit. Like you hear that
That's
all the
different.
time. No, it's not
That-
different.
Yes, it is, and let me explain it. It's different because that's an individual that knew what the product was going to do, knew what it was capable of doing, knew that it shouldn't be used in her hair, and decided to use it. Versus somebody that has income, has it's not really disposable, but they have income and they see something or promoted something that they should buy in this material mindset, and they use their money to go buy that instead of getting some of the things there's a difference between somebody that's dumb and thought like, oh, this product is going to work, even though it says it won't, versus somebody that just has money and is like,
No,
well,
no.
I need to buy it.
Both of these things
There's two different
are
arguments.
things that can be cured by people using their brains and not just like that's
Okay,
the
Justin,
thing.
I need to
feel
stop
like
you there.
this
You're
is the
expecting a
common
lot.
this is the common thing.
You're
No,
expecting too
I'm
much.
not expecting a lot, bro. Like,
Use your
all you need
brains.
to
Come
do,
on now.
like before
Come
I
on.
buy something, and I'm not the smartest person. I have common sense though. I do have that. I'm not, you know,
That's
I'm
rare
not
these
like,
days.
you know, high IQ, but I have common sense that if I'm gonna buy something, especially offline where I can't go and physically touch this, see what this is like, I'm going to use my resources and I'm gonna look up reviews on this.
Look, just
Like,
because
I'm not.
something works doesn't mean that you can afford it or should spend money on it. People go buy and lease cars that they love and want to have, but that doesn't mean they can afford it.
But
The people like the problem in America right now, and the problem with people is that they go into debt to get things. It's not because they don't work or they're
that's not what I'm
like
saying. That's not what I'm saying.
that's what I'm saying. You're confusing the issue with the Gorilla Goo girl here with
No,
the thing didn't work for her.
no, I was
Versus somebody that
using
has
an
money.
extreme. I was using something extreme for two things that are both stupid.
Yeah, you're confusing the argument.
No,
Right.
no, you're confusing the argument. I'm saying like if I'm gonna buy something
Mhm.
offline, if I'm gonna buy something off Wish that I can't physically touch, I can't see. There's no tangible thing to this except for what is on the computer. I'm at least gonna look at the reviews, and if there's no reviews, then I'm gonna take further
It's fine.
steps, and I'm gonna go onto the internet and I'm gonna find information out on this thing that I want to buy. I'm not gonna give
It's
my
fine.
money. I'm not just gonna pay money for something that I see.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I,
So you do due diligence before an impulse buy. You are like a very special person in
I'm
American
not.
society.
I'm not.
I applaud you for that.
I'm
But
not though. I'm not
not everybody does that.
because not everybody has common sense.
Okay. Well, that's
It's common sense
Yeah.
to do that. Would you
Yeah.
not use your resources to find information? Paid money for something.
yeah.
Would you
KG, do you have a car?
I didn't even
No,
have
KG, do you have a
I've
car?
been-
I don't have a car. No.
Have you owned a car before?
Yes. I bought it
Um,
cash.
When you bought it you paid cash for it?
I paid cash.
You paid cash. Okay. Did you just go to the lot, look at a car, and pay cash?
No.
What did you do? What was your buying process for that?
I looked at the car. I communicated with the guy. I went to test drive it, I had the cash. I negotiated down that I thought was a fair price, and I spent cash to get my.
So you did your due
You
diligence.
did your due. I mean, I would have done some online research and
Yeah,
KBP to see
but
where I can get a better price.
but
But anyways,
but
you did your
So
due
he got a better
diligence.
price. He got a better price.
but
Oh, well, see, yeah, you
but
did
you
your due
got,
diligence.
but not everybody does that. Is what I'm telling
But
you.
but like it's not even about doing due diligence. It's like because I like I've looked at a lot like on eBay because eBay's kind of one of the same like a similar thing to Wish where it's like a lot of like
Yeah,
you have to read the description. You don't even have to go and do research, but like you just have to do like like look at it. Like just look at the page that you're buying this thing. It's like, hey, I bought this chair off Wish, and it was like so cheap, and like they get it, and it's like a tiny chair, and it's like you. But if you go into like the actual description
I love
of
it
it,
when stuff like that happens.
it gives you the metrics of the size of what that chair is, so you can know
right.
what you're gonna buy. So if people are
right.
just spending money like that, they don't fucking deserve it, bro.
Well, see,
I'm not
Justin,
gonna
that's what
fucking
KG's
feel
trying
bad
to get
for them.
across. People are just spending money like that. They don't do their research, and then they complain afterwards because they feel like they got taken advantage of. But in this, it's a cycle.
I mean,
It's
technically
just
they did. Like their stupidity was taken
I,
advantage of, but it's
I
their
think
fault for being stupid.
we're arguing about kind of like a capitalism of a social dollarism. But like some people need to be protected from their impulse buys
No, they
and the
don't.
fact that they have money. Okay, well, I my position is some people do because because
They're babies.
money is not. Hold on, let me finish. Because money's not easy to come around, and and there's better things that their money can be used to spend with and done. In your position and what you believe is, everybody's adult decision. And
okay.
if
You
they
know
end
what,
up living
KG?
on the
I'd have to
street
say I
or
agree with you. I'd have to say I
okay,
agree with you because um, my mom was part of the 2005 housing market crash because she was convinced
2000,
to sign a loan for a house that, I mean, one, it was a fluctuated loan. Two,
yeah,
the APR was ridiculously high, but my mom also had a shopping issue. She was part of the whole finger hut crack back in the 90s. Um, so if I could go back in time and protect her from herself, I definitely would, and save her a lot
absolutely,
of money in the process.
absolutely.
Love my
That,
mom to
that's.
Think
death,
about
but some of the
I feel
financial,
like that's more
that's
biased though.
yeah, it
that's a
is
great
That's
example.
very
biased.
No,
biased.
but
It's very biased.
but it's not it's not biased. It's a great example. I think another example is look at all those idiots that went to go buy GameStop. Like we wanted to make money. Like we all were like, oh, here's our chance to like hit the lottery.
I was
Like
doing it
we're
for the
all
meme.
gonna make money.
Yeah, he was
And
in it for the
whatever.
meme. I always said if you invest, just assume that you'll never see that money again. So I didn't lose anything.
Money
I didn't
again.
already,
Right,
uh, you know,
right.
wanted to lose.
But
Cashed
we
out, by the way,
all
for all
are
of it.
we all are influenced by like this data. Like
No,
people
I'm
know
influenced by y'all.
how
Fuck
to sell
y'all,
stuff.
okay?
I'm
You
not
too,
They
influenced
know
Scotty.
how to
by y'all.
sell stuff.
I always make my own decisions. Like
That's
you
yeah. At
guys
the end
will
of the
say
day, I
stuff.
made that
You,
decision myself.
you guys say
You think
stuff, and
so?
like I will take it into consideration. Like okay, there's a lot of information backing this. Like my niggas say that this is a good idea, but like at the end of the day, like I'm still making that decision. Like I'm not being,
You
but
think
nobody
you
is
are.
taking. No, no.
You think you are.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
fucking positive that I'm making my own decisions,
And
guys.
so did everyone else. So did JR's mom buying the house. So did everybody buying GameStop. So did everybody that bought the stupid drone that doesn't really
No,
work. Like,
no. So no. The thing is that they think it, but I know it, Keegan.
right. Yeah. Right. Right. Absolutely.
It's a stalemate. We
Okay.
just have to leave it at a stalemate. But let's keep it moving since we're in culture. KG, tell us about Dave Chappelle. Actually,
Do we not have
recap
anything
us
else on? Do we not have anything else on the text?
on tech. No, that's all I could
What
really.
about? Okay, wait. Before we do that, all right. So right now there is because JR, you said you were going to add this, but apparently you didn't.
Oh shit.
But
My bad.
right now there are currently some odd number of satellites
Oh, yes. Go ahead. Go ahead.
rotating around the Earth, and so and they're all involved in what is called StarNet, I believe. I fucking really think that's
Explain what
what
StarNet is.
it's called. Starlink. It's StarNet, Starlink, something like that. Sorry, I'm not. I'm not looking at my computer screen. I'm just fucking staring off. But essentially, what this is like a plan to get internet available all around the world. So even like places, impoverished places, they can all get reasonably fast internet. So Keegan, keep an eye out for this. But sorry, I didn't need to do that. But like essentially, like like they have like long term goals to get like some odd thousand of these satellites going around the Earth. And maybe I just wanted to say this because I thought it was fucking cool. But each one of these satellites, they each put off their own signal. The way that this is all, excuse me, being proposed is that there's going to be three layers in our atmosphere. So like there's like the initial, like the layer that's closest to us is going to be pretty much like responsible for giving fast speeds, and then the layer above us, because like is like a satellite would look down on Earth, it's like a cone, right? So you have your initial cone, and then you have the next layer that's kind of gonna be, it's kind of like a middleman, because the last layer is gonna be kind of the range, so it's gonna help everything spread, it's gonna give you a broad range, and then the that middle layer is kind of gonna relay that information to the first layer, the one that's closest to us, and it helps align the satellite, because this is satellite dishes, like you're getting it from the air, and it helps to just oscillate, because the satellite dish, it's like an oscillating satellite dish, it's like a smart satellite dish, like it will adjust itself to where where it's getting the best reception from these some odd thousand satellites that are rotating above the world. And that's not the interesting part. The interesting part for me was because I heard about all this shit. I was like, okay, but what happens when something goes wrong? So each one of these satellites, and is this is going to be like a cycle kind of thing. So, but it's gonna, like, they're designed to, when they get ready to run out of, like, they're it's kind of like a drone. They're pretty much like drones, because like a drone knows where it has to go back to be docked, and it knows how much battery it has left. So whenever it hits that threshold, it's like, all right, I don't, like, if I go any lower, I'm not gonna have enough energy to make it home, and it goes home, and then they'll send one off to take its place. But the interesting part, more so than that, is because there's so much space debris in our atmosphere that I didn't know about. But I don't know about aliens either, so I'm sure they told us about it. But like each one of these satellites, these thousands of satellites, are designed to, if something goes wrong, if they run into each other, if they hit a piece of space debris, they're designed to, as they're falling, they will burn up in the atmosphere and cause us no trouble. I thought that was the most fucking ingenuitive thing about it. Not, I do like the fact that everybody can have, even if you're in a remote location, you can have access to the internet. Like, you don't have to go without, which I think is going to be a lot better for these places. Like, I mean, the main one that comes to my mind is Africa. Like, I was watching like it was like a TikTok meme thingy, and it had like a teacher teaching code by writing it on a fucking chalkboard, bro. Like how much better is his life going to be to now? I mean, maybe they can't afford a bunch of computers, but they can still afford computer. You get a computer in there and let people, let the kids get in there and see how code actually works past the writing codes and stuff. Like, I feel like that's
Yeah.
the most, like, getting the internet to impoverished people and places like that you can't just like like they want to learn how to do stuff, but you can't just snap your fingers and internet's there
Yeah.
like right now, because like it's all about running lines, having the funds to run the lines out to these places, and if it's not there, then it's not there, and they can't have it. But now it's accessible to everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not the fastest internet, but it's actually pretty fucking fast from what I've seen. Like from the beta speed test, it's there. Like they can at least watch videos. Maybe they're not going to be playing video games on it, because I mean, like like there's different tiers, but like I mean, like the the beta demonstration that I watched, they were playing games on it, but the ping was an entirely different matter. But like it was still like like they could still play games online. They could still download games from the internet and play the games
for $100 a month.
For $100 a month. But the ping was the big thing, like for me. Like, but it makes sense. Not everything's gonna work out the way you want it to, but like I do feel like it's a step in the right direction.
Gotta give Elon Musk some credit.
But I also do, but also that thought that there's thousands of satellites up in the air might make some people squeamish, because they might be watching them buy stuff that they like and then trying to sell it to them later.
Okay.
I mean, that's the truth. But I mean,
I see you like going to Walmart. Have some coupons for Walmart.
How dare
but
you?
anyways, but beyond that, I think that it's just acknowledging that the internet is a commodity that needs to be available to everyone, like water, like
okay, that's a little extreme.
No, it's not. It's not though. But I think that people are recognizing that no one person should actually own this.
Yeah, I would say the internet is more of a utility than a commodity. Because it used to be an oddity, but
I would definitely say
it's
a commodity. It's not.
I think that it's acknowledging that this is a utility that should be made available to a lot of people in the world, and and making this accessible. But also, I think this is a nod and acknowledging that alien. But we can move.
Okay. Yeah. There with the alien talk.
Just like
KG, go ahead and lead us into this Dave Chappelle. Actually, give us a recap about the whole situation.
No, wait. Sorry, I had to take a step away from the mic for a second. No, what? Are aliens using our fucking internet too? Gonna tell?
I was not gonna get into this. I was get into this.
If we got analytics, aliens are out there using our internet. I want the analytics on that. I want to know what they're buying.
How do you think we're able to get it and use it? Like,
get what?
50 years ago, we weren't. 50 years ago, we had no acknowledgement of this radio wave that allowed us to share this amount of information.
But we had knowledge of radio waves, right?
30 to 40 years that we have advanced this far, and now have gotten to the point where, hey, this needs to be available everywhere.
I think that's just how it works.
So a couple of weeks ago, we spoke about Dave Chappelle was going on his position to not watch his show on HBO and Netflix, and basically had this boycott, and we all were about it. Everybody did watch, and it was because he didn't actually own the rights to the Chappelle show. He didn't know to his name exactly.
Okay, well, let me clear something up. I did not agree with the boycott, and I didn't watch Dave Chappelle shit on Netflix and shit. But
do you have Netflix? Do you have HBO Max?
No, that's why. Like I didn't I'm just saying, I didn't agree with the boycott. I thought, I support Dave Chappelle. Don't get me wrong, but I also support the way that these contracts work, and Dave Chappelle signed his rights away to it, whether he was ignorant to the fact or not. I still don't think that it's one of those things that I don't think Dave Chappelle is entitled to it. I think that I do think he deserves it, but I don't think it's something that it's he made the deal himself. So I did not side with the fact that like I was not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna not do this because they're not paying Dave Chappelle for something that he signed away. Like I do feel like it was
despite what Justin believes, Dave Chappelle won. They gave him rights to the Chappelle show.
See, I'm
So
not saying
now
that he
he
doesn't
does
deserve
have
it.
a percentage of it, and so now it's back on Netflix and it's back on HBO Max. He's getting paid for it. So his this boycott, this stance he was able to influence it enough where they went back and changed the terms of the contract. What do you
Like
guys think about
I'm not saying that he didn't deserve it. That's what I started off with that premise. Like I'm not saying he didn't deserve it, but I'm saying that it's not like I don't think it's right, or I don't think that HBO is it that owns the rights to it,
Well,
or
Viacom.
Comedy Central, Comedy
Com-
Central,
Viacom, yeah.
Viacom. Like I don't think that they're in the wrong. Is what I was saying. Like their contract, they had a contract with him, and that it is what happened. He um voided his contract with him. So like I can't I feel like that's me being hypocrite, man. Because like if I would side with Dave Chappelle, because it's something that he did to himself. Whether or not he was ignorant at the time, it is what it is. I'm glad that Dave got his just dues, but like I don't feel like he I and like when I say I don't think that he deserved it, like I don't mean it like he didn't work hard and he doesn't deserve what he has. I feel like the fact that he did what he did, this is the result of that action, and it is what it is. Like I'm not gonna cry for you, $1 million man that lives in fucking middle of nowhere, Ohio. I'm not gonna cry for you, but like I'm glad to see like Dave Chappelle. I love Dave Chappelle, man, but I'm not gonna cry because you're not getting paid for your show that you voided the contract to. Is all I'm saying. Sorry.
I didn't watch. I was part of the boycott. I didn't watch. Um, I am a little conflicted in the sense that I do agree with Justin. Like, you voided your contract. Um, I know, yes, it was a predatory contract. That's what the industry was at the time and still is till this day. I get it, but legally speaking, because when these things go down, they always go down on a legal basis. You voided your contract. They don't have to pay you for their intellectual property because you signed it away. Um,
On the terms of if I had leave, then void, right?
yeah, you did sign. Like you signed. How the contract was set up. Yes, everything it was messed up, but you signed it. So
Yeah.
I agree with Justin, but I am glad Dave Chappelle got his just dues. But I watched the Revolution. What is it? What the Burt Revolution? What do you call that new bit? The new like 10-minute stand up he did.
yeah, yeah,
Redemption
I
song.
forget what
Redemption song. It's on
Redemption song
Netflix or YouTube. It just
it's on YouTube.
like
Netflix not a joke.
okay. Dave Chappelle, go. I put him up there with like the greatest, like one of the greatest, not even just comedian, but like I consider him a philosopher. Just the shit he says, how he puts words together and gets us to think deep while also making us laugh.
Can we
Phenomenal.
not even call him the GOAT? Like I feel like that's not even.
Yeah, he's beyond that. But like listening to that Revolution song, it's like, I just kept thinking about Justin saying, I don't care about these millionaires complaining about not getting more money. Like, you're already
Yeah.
rich.
I
And he was
yeah.
like, the way he said it kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. He was like, they did it. They negotiated with me. I got my name back, and they paid me millions of dollars. It's like, good for you. You're richer. Good for you. Like, like I don't know, man. Like, it just really kind of rubbed me the wrong way because it's like you had all these people, who love you and respect you, rally behind you so you can get your name back. Yes, your rights to your IP, a show that you created with the help of Neil Brennan. Let's not forget about Neil. Keep always forgetting about Neil Brennan. He was part of that show. He did a lot of the writing on that show.
Scotty, are you still alive?
Scotty,
yeah, I'm alive. I'm listening.
But I agree with that aspect, but just like, I'm not a millionaire. I don't have that kind. Like, I can't mesh with because I don't.
I just feel like it's poor taste, man.
I totally understand your position, and I get you guys. Like, you guys look at the person's wealth and develop.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that I'm looking at his wealth, bro.
Let me land real quick.
Well, you said something. JR said something. I was gonna fucking talk. My
I
bad.
said one thing. But all right, so I think that these things and these concepts apply to everybody's aspect of life, even though it's not. You're not dealing with a large contract that's $1 billion. You're not dealing with a show. But let's go into another. But like, you are dealing with this, that understanding your value and understand, like, when you took that first job where you were low money and just was happy that you actually had more worth and more value than you originally thought. And then when it became apparent to you, at that point you kind of were locked in that situation. So this is his chance to go back and really redeem all of that. So I think that
I got a really good example, but I'm
Can
gonna
I
wait till after
interject one thing?
Go ahead.
You say that, but we talked about this. He re-signed his contract. He
did. He definitely
but
did.
You can finish up. I just wanted to say that.
So the issue at hand is not the contract that he re-signed. The issue is that the seasons that he actually recorded, who actually owned those rights to the seasons that he actually. So he went back. If you remember correctly, he went back in, and there was a chance to negotiate. Like, hey, you're gonna have royalties, and the royalties is what he's been fighting about now.
Unless you void this contract.
Yeah, exactly. And so he decided to void it. Yes, but I think that he realized
he decided
it wasn't apparent in his first contract that he actually had those rights. He had to sign a contract to actually gain those rights. So that's what I'm saying, that there's an issue that you don't actually understand what you own and what's yours. Like, you have no bargaining power in these situations as a creative against these large corporations.
But they gave it to him. They gave it to him. They gave him the royalties and that second contract, and then he voided that second contract.
Yeah, because in that second contract, he felt like they were asking for his soul as well. So we'll give you royalties, but you got to give us your soul. That's how he felt the second contract looked. So that's why he avoided the second contract.
I'd have signed that bitch in a heartbeat. Joke's on you. I have no soul.
I was like, joke's on you. I have no soul. But KG, to your point, I get. Okay, so like, just for an example, I used to work for a company called Energy Designs. They're out of Indy. I was a contractor for them. You said what?
Yeah, don't fucking just say it outright. We don't need it.
There's more to it. I just said the first two names. There's more to it. But I was a contractor for them. Each job that they would like call me on, I would accept. When it was like bigger jobs, I'd have to like pretty much sign an agreement on what I'm like, what my charges are and what I'm doing. I did that for a job. And I don't know if you ever heard of the store At Home. It's like a home decor store. I was taxed to go to an at-home in I don't even want to say the town's name because I don't want to localize myself, but I went to the
Somewhere
town, I
US
went to the at-home, the POS system was down. And pretty much I was bringing it back up online and then updating it. And that was supposed to be it. I was supposed to literally take me about maybe an hour. I was there from like when they closed the store till like 2 o'clock in the morning because this issue was a lot bigger than they initiated. And it took longer than I expected. And I really just wanted to say, F it, I'm out. But in the contract I signed, in the agreement that what I agreed to, if I wasn't able to complete the job and they had to call out another tech, I would literally get half of what my initial agreement was.
Yeah.
It frustrated me.
It up for another 3 hours.
It frustrated me, but I stayed because it was good money for that just one job. It was a decent amount of money. Plus, that's what I agreed to. I had to stick to my word. But they also they misled me on what I was supposed, like what they needed me to do and what I agreed to do. Bring up the POS system and update it. An hour tops.
Let me ask you straight up. If you knew exactly what they needed, how much more would it have cost them?
I would have charged them at least another $400.
Yeah.
And that's mainly just for my time.
But
because my time is worth money.
Wait a second. Like, I'm not understanding this. Because I do similar shit to like what that is. Like if I go out to a job, I have a contract with, what do we call them? Fucking vendors. And
There we go.
if I go out there and I do a work vendor, like it's like this is what it costs for me to go out there, and then this is my labor rate. I would not, like, you put yourself in a box by saying this is how much it's going to cost for me to do this. No, what you should have done is this is how much it's cost for me to get out there, and this is my labor rate.
See, my company set those terms. I just add to it. So as far as the labor rate, it was just a set amount. There was no hourly. I do have hourly jobs sometimes.
Were you really doing? But like what you were doing, is it really worth $400? Like, were you not getting paid by the hour for what you had to do?
I was getting paid for the job, not by the hour, and the job was already set in stone.
So what you should have done is said, "This is my hourly rate," and then if it goes past this with me trying to do this,
hindsight, yes, that's what I should have said. But I've done work like that before, and it's never took me that long. But I knew what I was going into.
Individual doesn't have bargaining power. Like JR doesn't have bargaining power.
No, because I'm still working for a company, contractor or not. I'm still working for a company, so I can negotiate up to a certain point, and then it's like it's out of my hands. Now my company compensated me extra for the time I spent at the job because
when I go out and do like a work order, if this is, like I base it on what my hourly rate is. It doesn't matter if I have to go out there and pull a broken key out of a lock or if I have to remount a panic bar. It's $75 an hour, like flat. Like that's what it is. So like my hourly rate encompasses the worst case scenario. If you're not doing that, like if you're not doing that, then I feel like that's,
but that's something where you're able to exchange and think about those things. But there are jobs and positions where somebody cannot really ascertain, what it's all going to take until they actually.
You're not going to tell me that, bro. My job's definition is that. It's like I've been out so many times. Like, the lock's loose on the door, and I come out and I have to remount a fucking panic bar. So, I mean, like, it's one of those things that, but you're gonna price what your time is worth. If it's not worth it, like, you can't just say, like, oh man, I had to do so much shit, and just because it's not as easy as thinking it was gonna be, it costs you more. It costs more money. It's like, no, this is what my time is worth, and this is what I'm gonna charge you. Not like, oh, if I knew I was going to do this, it's like, no, you're coming out here to do your job as an IT person. You're going to get paid this per hour because this is what your time is worth. It doesn't matter what you have to do in that time just because you have to do more work than you thought you were going to have to do.
Well, see, okay, no, hold up. So, yeah, you're right. But here's my discrepancy with that. The price of what my company charged for me to do incorporate my time plus my service. I ended up doing more services than what was agreed upon.
Then that adds to what you're doing. It shouldn't. It shouldn't void out because like if I go out to some place and all right, so you have to go out. You have an hour. Like normally when I go out and I quote a job, it's a service call and 1 hour of labor. Whenever I'm getting, like if I'm doing something, it's like, all right, this is gonna take me longer than an hour. I call up the people and I'm like, hey, this is gonna take me longer. You're gonna have to, this is gonna take me at least 2 or 3 hours. I came out here, I looked at what I have to do. Now I'm giving you, now we have to adjust this price, or I'm done. Like I'm not going to invest more time to the point where now I'm losing money because you don't want to pay me for this because this is going to take longer. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to look at what I have to do. Oh, this is what I have to do. I'm going to call you up and I'm going to say, hey, this is an hour job. This is going to take me at least 3 hours to do, and then they adjust the price.
I mean, you've dealt with situations where
if you get out there, like if you get out there and you like you priced yourself out to be out there an hour, and like at the beginning you fucking knew it was gonna take longer, or even when you get to an hour you figure out it's
like
gonna
I said,
take
I think we're
longer.
getting too much into the specifics of what we're actually talking about and what the real issue is, and how it relates to Dave Chappelle. And originally, his original contract, he negotiated to work for a couple of seasons and didn't think about the royalties. He tried to renegotiate in the second contract where they were giving him the royalties, but they were asking for a lot more work in return that he wasn't, and so he wasn't actually.
If he wasn't willing to do it, then why did he sign the contract?
But why did he void the contract? So he wasn't willing.
Why did he sign the contract if he wasn't willing?
He signed the contract, but then he voided the contract, so he wasn't.
Okay, so you're saying like he didn't have hindsight, he wasn't willing to do it. It was just one of those things that.
It's just one of those things. I don't know why he wasn't willing to do it. Clearly he wasn't willing to do it because he walked away.
I see what you're saying. Like I thought you were saying like he wasn't willing to do it, but he signed the contract anyway. But no, I see what you're saying. He in hindsight he wasn't willing to do it.
Yeah, he decided that it wasn't. Yeah, in hindsight he realized he's not willing to do it.
Yeah.
And so he did have his role. He was able to get him back.
I back Dave Chappelle. I'm glad his show's back on. I'm definitely going to rewatch all of them. KG, lead us into our last topic because why?
No, man, bro, we still have. Yeah. I felt like we still have more to talk about on this, but if not, then I feel like he can.
Give everybody the snippet. That's all.
Scotty didn't say anything.
Scotty has been ghost.
Scotty's mic is down this episode.
He turned that shit off, bro.
Well, what'd you guys say?
The last topic,
there he is.
Yeah, he's not even fucking. Are you here, man?
Oh no, I'm here. I'm just listening.
Yeah.
What are you doing for Valentine's Day?
What'd you say?
What are you doing for Valentine's Day weekend?
That's a question.
Me and Melissa's been craving a lot of rattlesnake bites from Roadhouse, so we're probably gonna go there.
Oh, nice.
Fuck's a rattlesnake?
Yeah, what the fuck is a rattlesnake bite?
It's delicious, man.
Okay, that doesn't explain what it is.
It's jalapeno, like breaded jalapeno bites. Okay, yep. Yeah, like with cheese inside them too, so it's like
it's a jalapeno
fried. Yeah, kind of like. Yeah, but it's not like a jalapeno popper though. Like it's different because they chopped the jalapenos into like almost like squares instead of like.
Anyone else got any fun plans? Interesting plans?
I do the same thing I do every Valentine's Day.
like a normal work.
Try to take over the world. I'm sorry. I just watched Pinky in the Brain.
Cry about myself in the corner.
Well, for all those
Oh,
people that don't have money, even for Scotty, after you get your jalapeno bites, BET Uncut is coming back this week.
Oh, really?
Who cares, man?
yeah.
I want to fucking watch none of these fucking trash rappers.
KG,
fucking late night.
BT Uncut was a thing because we didn't really have internet.
Really? Yeah, like I feel like that was the big thing. It was
Like we didn't have access to internet. Pornhub exists. X videos exist. The fuck I need BT Uncut for?
So you guys telling me you never watched BET?
I'm saying we
that's
did,
before
but
internet was like
internet
before
wasn't
we could
readily
just,
available.
get on the internet, like nigga, I can hop on the internet, bro.
like
If I wanna
what are they
watch
gonna
some
put the
fucking-
WAP video uncensored? Or are they just
So
gonna
you
play
guys-
Tip Drill
If
over
I want to
again?
watch,
You
Tip
don't
Drill,
want
nigga, I can
nostalgia?
type that shit in right now and I can watch this shit.
You guys aren't about the nostalgia and BET Uncut?
Bro,
Nigga,
everybody been
no.
sipping on nostalgia too long. Y'all getting high off that shit.
Nigga, I haven't, bro. I gave up on BET, bro. I'm not. That's not my channel, bro.
And I don't
like,
even
it's-
watch
yeah.
television to
Like,
be honest with you.
I'm honestly convinced that it's not ran by black people.
Well, you're not wrong. But
Not wrong.
It's owned by Viacom, is it not?
so you're telling me you don't want to watch Nelly run the credit card through a lady's butt cheek?
No, I'm not saying that I don't want to watch it. I'm just saying that I don't have to stay up until fucking 4 in the morning. I can just fucking.
Yeah,
Not
to watch.
No. But,
To watch
but do
it.
you remember BET Uncut? You
I
guys,
do remember
you guys
it.
are
Yeah,
too
we
good.
remember it. It's
No,
just
but
why is
nobody
it?
said that.
It's just not
Like,
I don't know. Like
You're
Is
too good for BET Uncut now. Look how.
okay,
we
no,
are.
okay, KG. What we're saying is back then,
wait,
when we were
Keegan's right.
teenagers?
Yes, I am. I'm a fucking adult with internet, nigga. Back then, when BET Uncut came on, I was a child with dial-up, nigga.
That's true.
it was the
So-
closest we could get to some type of porn. But now we have the internet. If that's what I really want to watch,
would you-
I have so
what
many
was your
options at
favorite
my
thing?
fingertip.
What,
What
was your favorite thing on BET Uncut?
It's fucking Tip Drill.
Tip Drill.
What are you talking about?
It's Tip Drill, of course. I don't even remember another video besides Tip Drill.
Ludacris had some videos on there.
Oh, Splash and Waterfall. That was on there.
Jay Z had some
Hey,
good ones in there too.
Yeah, but that's what it was.
Jay Z had some videos
Bro.
on.
That
BET
one.
Uncut?
That one was wild.
Yeah.
That one
Jay-
and Tip Drill was.
Oh,
what
Pussy
it was.
Poppin'.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that was.
That's what it was.
Whatever happened to Shauna? It's a good question. I don't know.
It's a great.
But yeah,
Is it a good question? I don't
You
know.
guys-
I think it's
You
irrelevant.
guys, look. You guys don't have to be too good where you
I'm not
know,
saying I'm too good,
act
bro. I'm
like-
just saying I'm an
you act
adult,
like you
bro.
didn't watch BET Uncut.
no, we're not.
I'm
Okay,
I-
okay.
Bro, we just named off what we were
We
watching.
literally just
I'm
named
saying
off a slew of music
I'm
videos we
just-
watched.
But
Back
but
when we were
before
kids,
you were like, I don't watch that stuff. I'm not gonna watch it. Like admit
Yeah,
that
I
you watch it.
No, okay.
Like that is
Okay.
present tense. I do not watch BET. I don't watch BET Uncut.
I don't watch cable
No.
television at all. I don't have
This
cable.
is-
I haven't had cable in like
I
7 years.
never said I never have watched it.
But
But
yes,
you used to.
yes. No, Justin's right. We did watch it because, I mean, why else would you watch anything called Uncut? To see ass and titties. But we don't need to do that
No.
anymore because porn is just on the internet. And all the
We're bringing
videos
it
we
back.
watched on
It's
Uncut,
Valentine's
we can literally just type it in
For
and look it up.
Valentine's Day,
We're bringing it back this weekend.
just this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
There
what's
better,
the...
be some, there better be some raunchy ass videos out there
Jesus
that I
Christ.
can't fucking.
Now
Like,
it's
like, like,
nostalgia
like,
videos.
so they're gonna bring back the old videos?
Yeah.
Oh my god, no.
It's gonna be cringy as hell too.
They're very,
You
very
guys are
cringy.
too-
Would a lot of
you
that
guys
stuff
are
even
too-
I
slide
don't
now
think
in
it's
this
gonna be
PC
cringy.
era?
I just think it's like why?
You guys
They
are
tried to
too good for
cancel
your
Nelly
own-
back
your
then
own-
for sliding a credit card down a chick's ass crack. Like, would
You guys
any
are
of that
too
stuff
good for
slide
your
in this
own, you know.
PC era? Literally, no pun intended. Would any of this stuff slide in today's PC era?
No, no, absolutely not.
I was gonna say if they like put an unedited version of WAP on there, I could see people checking it out.
You get with that.
But WAP is damn
But-
near a BET uncut.
But-
That's not on
Is
BET
there-
uncut.
Is there a different version of the WAP though? That's some
That's a yeah.
because
Is there?
like because like
Okay.
Pussy Poppin' and Tip Drill, because those are like the main ones that I remember. Like those were released to be on BET Uncut. Like that's what I feel like was the market for those videos. If there's not, and there hasn't been a market for that, then I'm gonna be watching the same shit that I was watching as a kid.
There is a market for it, but it doesn't go on uncut. It just goes online.
I think you guys are missing the point. Like, this is a chance to dip back into the old stuff you used to.
I can look it up if I want to watch it that bad. I can just look it up. Like,
you guys don't look at the old stuff you used to get busy with.
If I want to, I can just look it up.
I feel that exactly. Like, if I have that urge, then it's not gonna be like, oh, BET Uncut's coming back on. I can't wait to watch Pussy Poppin' and Tip Drills. Like, no.
So what's
like if I'm sitting here thinking about it, it's like, oh, you know what? I
you want me to come upstairs after?
I'll type it in and I'll watch it. Like, it's not like if I have the urge, then I have the ability to satisfy my urge.
What KG is telling you to do, Scotty, is turn on BT Uncut with your wife so you can watch Nelly slide a credit card down a chick's ass crack. Happy Valentine's Day, Scotty.
Why you fucking listen to the ass?
That's a little far. That's a little too.
Yeah, no, that's a weird thought, but okay.
That's a weird thought. Well, she has a baby in her, so.
No, so.
All right, let's wrap this up.
All right. You guys stay tuned. We are going to be posting a movie review for
we're doing that today?
X-Files. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I just watched X-Files.
I don't think we should.
What is it called again,
Messiah, Judas and Black Messiah.
Yeah, Judas and the Black Messiah. We're going to be doing a movie review, and that's going to be going up on YouTube, so watch out for that. Definitely more gameplay videos coming to the YouTube channel. Check us out, Blac Kloud YouTube. Just, look up Blac Kloud on YouTube. But beyond that, this has been
BLAC KLOUD.
Yeah, BLAC and then space KLOUD. People always get that confused. I've gotten random text messages like, "Hey, what you said you got a podcast? What is it?" I'm like, "Okay, it's not BLACK. It's BLAC space KLOUD podcast." Anyways, on that note, it has been the Blac Kloud Podcast. Thank you guys for coming out, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace.
Later.
You're
Scotty, where the fuck were you that whole time?
Dude, I was